What is up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Eternal Fruit Podcast. I am Alex, and this is
Adriana.
And we are your host, as always, and if you want to be a guest, let us know.
Oh, yeah. We need actually to get on that because we need to reply to one of the messages someone sent us. It's just we need to figure some things out.
Oh, yeah. There's a topic that somebody brought up, but we're trying to get a guest for that one.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit more seasoned in that area.
Yes, for sure.
But we're working on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that out. And don't think we ignored it. We're definitely going to get it out.
No, we don't forget. We write it down. We have it planned.
Yeah.
We're just trying to put it together.
Exactly.
Kind of those things that when the trip gets out of the chat.
Yeah.
We're just waiting.
Leaves the group chat. Yeah.
We're just waiting for it to get out of the DMs. Get out the DMs because it was in the DMs.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, we're working on it. And we're working on a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, today we did a lot.
Yeah, we put in a little more work.
Yeah, but this is all for God and all for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the support. We've had a lot of growth in the past few days.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot to us, just that what we're doing for God is paying off and seeing how, I'll be honest, there's some people that have said stuff and liked and stuff that I didn't think would, but it's cool seeing people enjoy content about God, and just stepping out of our comfort zone for God and seeing Him transform other people's lives.
No, I agree. And I also feel like it's crazy because we've just been talking about fruit, right? But it's actually bringing fruit to our season, and we're learning many different things. Like Alex, we recently put out the Joy short, so go look at it, go check it out, give it a like, and so recently we put that one out, and Alex experienced how God brought joy no matter the circumstance.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I experienced joy, and then I experienced a chance that could take away my joy. Mm-hmm. But then I heard God say, "No, don't let that define your joy." Mm-hmm. But because what brought me joy, I put it in His hands. And through putting it in His hands, I was able to go of all the negativity that was going on in here. And I found joy because I realized, man, you know what? It's true. None of this, I can't do anything, right? God provides everything. So always give Him the glory and remember that the joy comes from Him, not off of what you do or what you receive or what gets taken away from you. Always rejoice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's crazy because I feel every little fruit that we be putting out of videos, it's God's working in us in that moment.
Yeah, He's growing that seed, man.
For sure. So I guess we can get into the topic now.
Something that I struggle with a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
Me too.
I'm gonna put it out there.
Me too.
I don't know. We're not the only ones, bro. We're not alone. And that's pride. Mm-hmm. I know and this is just speaking as a man, I know there's a lot of pride. I feel we have more pride than y'all.
I feel y'all show it more.
Yeah, that's another good way to see it.
Because I think we do have pride. It's just different than y'all's for sure.
Explain.
Because I feel okay, so we're Hispanic, and I feel in our culture, pride is something that's a good thing because it's okay, whoever cries the least is the manliest. So you have to suffocate your feelings, your things, and then that's also pride because you don't want to acknowledge your feelings or stuff like that, That's just an example. And then for us, the more women can handle, the better
like
they
the
are.
stronger and tougher you look.
Yeah, the better you are at, you know, like you were raised correctly, which is like not okay because not everyone has the same abilities as everyone else.
I guess that's true. Because for me, it's more like I don't. Well, sometimes mostly it's like I don't want to look like a sucker like in front of other people or like weak. You know, like when I was preparing, I guess, or thinking about this topic on the way over here, I try to remember a time where, because I was like meditating over Proverbs, 16:5. You know, where it says that God detests like the proud, and then they will go unpunished, right? And that reminded me of when I got my first ever my only speeding ticket, you know, and I literally got that ticket out of pure pride, bro, because I was leaving the vet, right, with my dog, R.I.P. Nuke, by the way, and I was leaving, and then it was a school zone, right? So I pull out, and then I go ahead and switch to the lane I had to be in to make a left. But then this car passes me up, and then he just cuts me off, right? And I see that he's texting. For some reason, that just ticked me off. And I was like, heck no, bro. So I swerve around him. You know, I hit the gas, and I cut in front of him. I guess in that time span, I hit 55 and a 30 or 35. Dang. I didn't see the cop. And then, yeah, I got a ticket. But, which is weird because I was like, bro, it had to be like 2 seconds that I did 55. Yeah. You know?
That's all it takes.
Yeah, and like I said, bro, that ticket was straight just out of pride, out of like letting that affect me. And I guess I was just stressed with my dog too, but yeah, that was very like prideful of me to be like, nah, you're not cutting me off, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and then bam, I got a ticket. Laura's taking care of it though, so we're chilling. He ain't taking my money, bro. No.
Nah, but I mean, that's a good example of pride.
Yeah,
because no.
Yeah, that's shoot. That so far it's been a $70 costly prideful moment.
I mean, it definitely goes into what you said or what the verse says. I don't have it written down, but it's how the pride won't go unpunished.
Unpunished, yeah.
You definitely got punished there with a bill.
Yeah, bro. I thought the cop was gonna see me with my dog and be like, you know what? He has a dog, you know, he's good.
Let him go,
bro. And then to make it worse, I guess I think the next day, that's when my dog passed away. That same dog. And then like 3 or 4 days later, it was my birthday.
Oh yeah, you were definitely going through it.
Yeah, it was tough, you know. But it's my own fault at the end of the day, you know. Like, and like the cop was cool. Like he didn't really say too much. He just asked for my stuff, and boom, it was like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes like for people who like mistreat cops. Like I get there's some, you know, crooked people out there, but bro, as long as you're chill. I mean, that was my third time getting pulled over. First 2 warnings, super cool. Like, bro, just respect the law and you're chilling.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, let go of your pride. Literally. You know? Nah. What about you? Have you ever...
No.
She swears, bro.
Kidding. Yeah. I'm definitely prideful in a lot of ways. And I feel like one of them, I feel like not anymore, but... Definitely one thing that came to my mind when I was also like preparing for this was like when I wasn't Christian, I would know that I'd be sinning and I wouldn't like want to, like I know God was like pulling at my heart, but I didn't want to go to him. So it was like being prideful because I didn't want to acknowledge to God that I was sinning. I already knew I was sinning, but in my head I was like, well, if I just ignore him, like I'm good, you know, but no.
Yeah,
it's
bro,
worse.
that reminds me of the other day with And this is kind of a touchy subject for some people, right?
Oh God, no I'm kidding.
No, it's not that. I say some crazy stuff, you know, but I'm not gonna say it on here. With the music stuff,
Oh yeah.
right? I feel like a lot of people don't take it as serious as it should. In that moment, clearly I didn't, you know. But I was listening to this song that prior days I had already felt convicted about it, and then I was listening to it again, and I felt it even stronger. You know, like I don't know how to explain it. You just kind of have to go through it. Well, yeah, you kind of have to just go through it. You know, like I could feel my body changing and everything. Like it was just a weird feeling, but I still kept listening to it. And like I was on replay, and then I changed it to like the other two songs, and until like I was finally like, I guess fully convicted, and then I changed it. But my body, yeah, it was, basically like my body was still like, bro, I got so cold. I think I texted Adriana, I was like, bro, I was like shaking, you know. Excuse me. And if you're in Texas, bro, it's already like 90 degrees out here, you know. So there was no reason for me to be shaking, and bro, like it lasted for a while, and I just knew in my spirit it was that, you know. And those of you who have experienced or just know that you know. I'm not gonna say all secular music is bad. That's you and your conviction, right? I'm not gonna stop you, but that was just my conviction, you know. And out of pride, I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I was making excuses as to why. I was like, nah, let me hear what they're saying, and like try to break down what he's saying, you know. And
let me listen to it so I know how this isn't edifying God.
Yeah, I was like, man, let me see what he's like, what story he's giving, you know, because that's what made me listen to. I had heard like a smaller portion of it on Instagram, and I was just like, man, it sounds like he's like crying for help, you know. So let me listen to the song. Yeah, bad idea, you know, but yeah, man, now I know, like, cutting that out, you know.
Yeah.
But and I had to cut out pride apparently. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean. That's crazy because you know what? It's crazy that you bring up music because also like I thought about King Saul.
Oh, when I texted you?
No, like recently, right now when we were preparing, I thought about King Saul and how like he had a lot of pride because he didn't want to let go of being king and didn't want to see like past his plans to see God's plans. And like one way like God departed from him because it says when you have pride is literally when God leaves you. So in that moment, whenever he decided to just like leave God and like look for answers somewhere else, that's when God departed him and gave him a spirit of anxiety. And the only thing that like calmed him down was when David, he wasn't a king yet, he would go to his room and then he would play like the harp. And that's the only thing that calmed him down. So it's crazy you say that because anxiety, like music can cause anxiety, but it can also cause peace depending on what you listen to.
Yeah, bro, music definitely. Like I mentioned multiple times before of how I used to listen to Zero. Like that would make me so prideful, bro. Very, very prideful.
Dude, yeah.
You know, or other artists like Rod Wave. I thought it was making me feel better, but it was keeping me in depression. But it was just feeding that depression, you know. But yeah, bro, music definitely takes you there.
Literally, because it edifies like that part of like I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah, that's literally basically what Zero would talk about, you know. So I would feel like that as well sometimes, and it would just keep me from having or growing relationships that I could have grown, you know, and a positive, like good relationships that I could have had. But man, I would just allow pride to get in the way and basically burn those bridges down.
Yeah. No, I remember you put me onto that song, Ain't No Such Thing as Friends. Only Associates. And I was like, dang, bro. It's just so good.
Yeah, bro. That, man. And you know what I've realized? Like, now that we're on like the music topic or whatever, like that type of music is catchier to me than like any type of like worship music
100%.
that tries to like bring you closer to God. Like, and I feel like it's because like obviously the devil just wants to keep you like in the negative space. Because oftentimes I randomly just like think of certain lyrics from those songs that I haven't listened to in years, you know.
That happens to me
And
all
I
the
just
time.
be like, man, like I kind of want to listen to that song, and then but then I'll be like, nah, like let me play some worship music. But then it sounds boring to me, and I'm just like, but then again, it's a battle, you know, because like it's the Bible says like,
constant battle between
yeah,
the flesh
between
and
and
the spirit.
yeah, there you go. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, not just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
So yeah, like you just have to have that discernment, you know, and that wisdom to realize that it's just a battle, and just have the strength. Ask God for the strength to overcome it and stick on the good side.
Yeah, and the devil knows how to literally tempt you. He studied your lineage, he studied you, and he's very smart. And including, I want to say that pride was actually like one of the first sins, because the way the devil tempted Adam and Eve was with pride. Because he was like, hey, like God told you not to eat from the tree of knowledge. But I mean, why did he tell you that? Like, you should go try it. I mean, you deserve to have the knowledge too, right?
Yeah.
And then they fell for it because they were like, "Oh shoot, I want to know. Like, I want to be like God."
Yeah, that just reminds me of. I was thinking of something on the way over here, and then I got here, but I was trying to fight to remember. But you just reminded me right now of when the devil was tempting Jesus.
Oh yeah.
You know, like Jesus could have been prideful and done everything that devil was like, oh, if you're really like the son of God, like do this. And like, bro, if somebody would have came up to me and I'm like, oh yeah, and like, I'm gonna show you, you know, out of pride, you know. But Jesus like stayed humble and stayed on his path, you know, and he literally just showed him that he was by staying to who he was.
Yeah.
You know, and bro, like it's challenging. That just shows you like it's just a challenge. Like pride is literally a challenge. Like what are you gonna pick? Like your pride or not your pride?
And usually when you pick your pride, it comes with shame.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Adam and Eve, again, like they ate the fruit, and then after that they hid and they realized they were naked, and they were like, oh my gosh, and they covered up, right? So it literally just comes with shame, and that's literally a root of pride. So if you're feeling if you're feeling shameful, most likely you have to let go of your pride. And every human on earth, I feel like, feels shame and guilt.
Through
and
pride.
Not just through pride, but in general. And one of the ways to get rid of it is through pride. And I personally still like struggle with it.
Oh yeah.
And like one time, this was like maybe like 2 years ago, I was like thinking to myself how like, man, like God will never forgive my sins. Like I'm too dirty or blah, 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 like whatever, right? But then God convicted me, and he was like, who do you think you are to be the only human on earth whose sin I'm not going to forgive? And I was like, dang, like, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, no, it's because God, I can't. Yeah, literally, like he slapped me and was like, bro, you're no one. Like pretty much like you're no one. Like you're no one special to be excluded from me. And
yeah, it's kind of like those religious people that tell you like, oh, you're going to hell, you're not gonna get into heaven, like, yeah, because I don't know, you drink a beer. Like, bro, who are you to tell me that I'm not gonna get into heaven? And, you know, like, you're not God, you know. So I don't know, I just can't stand those type of people, bro.
Yeah, I will say like now the time has changed to where it's not about convicting people. I feel like God will do that on his own, but it's about really planting the seeds of like, hey, this is wrong, but God still loves you, and he's going to show you his way and like help you out of that.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's about to me it's about helping people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more you convict, the less people want to get closer to God, you know, because it's not our job to convict others. You know, that's God, like you said, it's God's job.
Yeah.
You know, it's our job to help others and I agree, nowadays you have to kind of choose your words like a bit wiser, which I mean, you should always be wise with your words, obviously, right? Stay tuned next episode. But yeah, man, our job is like plant the seeds, you know, and help people get closer to God and not push them away, you know, because I think that shows more of the religion side of things versus your relationship with God, because you're like going off of rules, you know, like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, and while yeah, some things you point them out, but at the same time, like, let God be the one that convicts him, you know.
Yeah.
Like if she was in the car with me and was like, bro, you shouldn't be listening to that, and I was just like, bro, it's just music, chill out, like.
And then I started jamming out with you.
She's actually the one that put me, nah, just kidding.
I actually sent him the song.
But yeah, it's like I had to go through that conviction myself instead of having somebody there tell me like, stop listening to that, or like, then it just makes people not want to go to church or not want to hear more about Jesus. I just there's a word you used the other day.
Me?
Yeah, we were talking about something. I think it was sympathy.
Empathy?
I
use empathy a lot, yeah.
Yeah, like we had to show that to people, like especially if they're opening up to you. Like, don't be so quick to judge, you know, because like I said, like that pushes them further than bringing them closer. And what we want is to bring them closer, because that's the only way, like, for God to, because we can't save them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we can just help them be open to getting closer. But at the end of the day, it's God who's going to save them and convict them to being, you know what, yeah, I want to give my life to Christ.
Yeah, and I was actually using that word because I was thinking to myself, like, what's one of the issues that I see, not saying that I'm perfect, but that I struggle with too.
Like in the Christian community,
in the
right?
Christian community and like church and stuff. And I realized that a lot of Christians have a hard heart because they're so stuck on their growth, their prayers, their miracles, that they don't realize other people that they don't realize other people are struggling. And when people open up to them, it's a lot of like, oh yeah, well, I went through that and this is how I did it, and da da da, or like, you know, like a lot of like self-centered stuff.
Yeah, self-righteousness. Like they're so focused on, oh, but I'm righteous, like you should be that like me. Like, no, the Bible doesn't say to be like you. Like, it says be like Jesus.
Exactly.
You know?
But I was mainly saying it because like I was praying on that, like how to like soften my heart and how to be that way. And one thing God told me is like to have empathy, because that when you empathize with people, when you put yourself in other people's shoes, you're not thinking about yourself. Yeah. You're thinking about them. And that helps you pray for them, talk to them, and like give them advice that comes from the Bible rather than that advice that comes from you.
Yeah, and I think through that, sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
sorry.
continue. Yeah.
I feel like through that, it's easier for you to discern God's voice, to speak to them. You know, like it makes it easier for you to hear God tell you, like, oh, like speak this into them. You know, and I think that's huge.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it comes with like what we're talking about. It's about letting your pride down and realizing that you also sin and you also mess up and you're not perfect. So to let that down and let God soften your heart and speak to your heart so that you can help others and not just worry about yourself.
Yeah, that's what it says. I actually had the verse here, Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, like she was saying earlier. But with humility comes wisdom, you know, and like, just think about it. Why would you want to walk around with pride and then shame and guilt follow along with you when you can walk and like being humble and having wisdom follow you? And I mean, shoot, what do we see in Proverbs about wisdom? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it carries such a value that I'd rather be humble and walk with that than like be living in the shame and guilt of life, because then it just like eats you, it just consumes you, you know?
Yeah. And the wisdom comes from fear of God. So it's not a fear of like, oh, I'm scared, like, please don't kill me. It's a fear of like, okay, like God says to not be prideful. So I'm going to take that into consideration, or not into consideration, but I'm going to let go of my pride so that that disgrace doesn't follow me, because that's what he said in his word.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't want to know the other end of doing the opposite of what God says.
That's crazy, bro. I feel like I'm just being convicted right now.
Yeah, so don't go to that. No,
Stop being prideful, bro. Nah. I pointed at y'all, but I'm talking to me. You know.
You point what? Or you point one? 4 point or 3 point back at you.
Yeah,
I'm
3.
dyslexic, okay?
No, but I guess tying back to my speeding ticket, like that's one of the areas I'm most prideful in is my driving, bro. I'll be road raging like crazy, bro.
And in his memory, and in his sickness, and his memory.
no. My memory is cold, bro. Sickness, I've been lagging,
right,
but
again, Alex, what did you eat on Thursday? Thursday. Today's Thursday, so last Thursday.
Last Thursday?
Yeah, for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever one.
I don't think I had breakfast that day. I was fasting the whole day.
This guy, yeah, he swears.
No, my memory's good, bro. Trust, man. Trust. I got you.
What's your second grade teacher's name?
Second grade?
Yeah. Exactly.
I just know I was in A&B Christian school. I remember that.
What?
I remember what she looks like. I don't remember her name.
I do. My teacher's name was Miss Johnson. Shout out Miss Johnson. My first grade teacher was Miss Simon.
Third grade was
Miss
Miss Blanca.
Yeah, but what was your second grade?
Second grade? I don't know. I don't remember that.
You see?
But I remember third grade.
All right.
And I remember what she looks like. I could draw her face, bro.
Draw her right now. No, I'm kidding.
We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Nah, yeah. I mean, that's another prideful thing I struggle with, is like proving people wrong.
Don't take her to Vegas, bro, because she's going to want to prove to everybody that she can win, bro.
I did win. I went to Vegas, and yes, I did gamble a long time ago. And God convicted me for it, and I never did it again.
Yeah, that's why I can't. You know, one time, I don't know if you heard of Prize Picks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did do it again, because recently I fell into the Prize Picks.
Bro, I was trying to do that, but it didn't let. I tried 2 different emails. It did not let me.
That's crazy.
Make an account, bro, and I was just like, yeah, this is probably God, like, because it was the day of the Super Bowl when the Chiefs and the Eagles played.
That's the day I did it too.
But it was the one the Chiefs won, right?
Oh.
That's when I was trying. This was like a couple years ago, and I was just like, bro, like, I was gonna bet like a whole lot of money, but I was gonna bet some money, you know, and I don't know. I guess that was God, like, telling me like, nah, chill.
Yeah, I bet $30 and I lost $30. It's so like confusing, because it tells you like this is for sure will win. So you put it on that, and then
so they get you, bro.
Yeah,
so they get you,
literally. And then I don't like study football like that, so I just like went with their recommendations, and I lost everything.
Hey, it happens, bro.
Yeah, I was.
But you just gotta get it back some other way.
No.
Maybe soccer? Nah, I'm kidding. We're not promoting.
So I gotta bet on not on Amen.
And this is not an ad. This is not a Prize Pick ad.
Yeah, but if you want to sort,
use a Eternal promo code. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding.
Nah, but yeah, pride is crazy, and
yeah, man,
it's definitely a struggle. I feel like everybody struggles with pride. There's not one person that doesn't. In
the smallest areas too, bro. It's crazy. I'm trying to think of like a dumb small area where I become prideful, but I can't think of anything.
Ask for forgiveness.
Maybe I think like when I'm playing soccer and I'm like I'm freaking like I barely breathe. I'm like, nah, I got 5 more minutes in me. I got 5 more minutes in me.
I mean, you're not wrong because a lot of times your brain is the one that tells you to stop, but your body can still keep going.
Yeah, but then you gotta listen to your body, you know.
True.
But then the last time that happened, like I almost was about to throw up. So then I was like, hey, bro, like sub me out.
You're like,
yeah, I had to get out, bro, because it would have got ugly out there.
Profe. That's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
but I can't think of another area.
I feel like there's always.
It's still a struggle though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't struggle with it a lot, but it definitely. But I'm getting better.
For sure. I feel like there's definitely areas that, like I said last episode, that I'm still working on, and that I'll continue to always be working on because we're not perfect. So
yeah.
Definitely pride. Sorry, pride. Pride is
Pajarito,
definitely.
pajarito. Nah,
Ora, pajarito. Pride is definitely something that we struggle with.
Yeah. So in the comments, let us know what you struggle with, or if you don't feel comfortable with other people seeing, DM us and let us know. Exactly. I want to hear some stories or a situation like my speeding ticket. You know.
Yeah.
I want to hear somebody else's story, or let us know how you've overcame any prideful situations.
Oh, I also wanted to add how stubbornness is pride, because I am very stubborn. Bro, you're stubborn too, bro. We're Garcia. Well, you have that Garcia part. I do too.
I mean, I have that. I mean, if you know my dad, you know my dad, you know. So the stubbornness runs in my blood, bruh.
No, for sure. Stubbornness is definitely in our family. And I can say that I've gotten better, but I'm not 100% like better.
Y'all send prayers for Adriana.
Please, I'm trying to not be stubborn because that's definitely an area I struggle with.
Hey, man, you're not alone.
I know.
You know? Maybe we should start like a group of like prideful people and just...
So we can all help each other? Like AA.
What is it called?
Alcoholic Anonymous, but we can do it Pride Anonymous.
Like a intervention.
Oh, yeah, intervention. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Hey, man.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like and comment, like Alex said, a time that you're prideful or a time that you struggle with pride.
Yep.
And don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.